Okay, so yesterday when we were solving the log equations, how many, there were logs on each side, right? And we had to condense them down to one log on each side, and then we could solve. Just using, by the law of equality, we could solve just the inside part. So today, there's going to be something different. Just a little different. Okay, before I go, let's review. So b to the 1/2 is like the square root of b, right? And b to the 1/3 is the cube root. And we can write them like this. So this is how we're going to do this. So on this one, there's only one log. And it says evaluate the expression. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put equals x right there. So the very first day, I taught you that super mathematical trick, circle thingy. When there's only one log, we're going to do the circle thingy again. So here's the circle. We go 2 to the x equals 8. 2 to the x equals 8. So if we get 2 to the x equals 8, how do I solve that? It does. How do you know that? Besides the fact that it's on the board. So if we put this in a common base, since this is written with a 2, I want to write this with a 2 also. So 8 is 2 to what power? 3. So these are the same, so what does x equal this time? 3. So I'm going to do the same thing. One log, you have to do the circle. Put equals x and do the circle. So I have 7 to the x equals 1 over 49. So I want common bases. So I'm going to have to use 7, right? I have 7 to the x. So what is 49? 7 to what? 7 to the second, and how do I get it in the bottom of the fraction? Negative. So this is 7 to the x equals 7 to the negative 2. So what does your x equal? Negative 2. It is. Okay, so how do I start? One log equals x. We'll start with equals x. Next, what do I do? Do the circle. So I get 1/3 to the x equals 27. Next, got to have the same base. It's going to be 3. So how do I make 1/3 with a base of 3? Negative what? 3 to the negative 1, right? This one. And then this one is 3 to the 3rd. So this is 3 to the negative x equals 3 to the 3rd. Because we had to write this as a negative 1, right? 3 to the negative 1. So I have negative x equals 3. So what does x equal? So number 4, how do I start? And then circle. So 4 to the x equals 2. So what base am I going to use? 2. So 2 to the what power equals 4? 2. So this becomes 2 to the 2x equals 2. And what's the exponent here? 1. And now can I solve? X is 1/2. Is everybody good so far? So, does this look any different than what we just did? So this time it starts with an equal sign now. How many logs do I have? if you have one log, you have to solve it by doing the circle. You have to. There's no other way to do it. So I'm going to do (9 to the 3/2 equals x. Y'all can type that in your calculator, but what is the square root of 9? 3 to the 3rd power. So x is 27. Okay, so this isn't divide, it's the square root. And this is to the 3rd power. So on the next one, how many logs? So what do I have to do? Have to. So I get 3 to the y equals 81. I want common bases of 3. So what's 81 with a base of 3? So what does y equal? Is this difficult? Not at all. Well, type it in your calculator. Yeah. Come and get your calculators, all of you. Type that in your calculator. I love you too. Type it in your calculator. It is. Put it in parentheses. Put the 3/2. Yeah, put the 3/2 in parentheses. Or did everybody get what I told you it was now? Okay. Okay. What about number 7? What? So, is there a base? First of all, you can't just say x equals 3. The base is 10. So, do the little circle thingy. Correct. So this will be a base of 10 to the 3rd equals x. What is 10 to the 3rd, friends? It is a 1 with 3 zeros. Oh. It is not why you have a calculator. Okay, number 8. How many logs? So what do I have to do? So if I do the circle, this is what I get. Now what do I do? So I'm going to use the reciprocal, correct? Because I have to get rid of the 3. Well, it's negative 3. So what's the reciprocal of negative 3? So, but it's negative, right? So we have to do negative 1/3 and 27 to the negative 1/3. So before you start typing this in your calculator and you're like, I got a decimal, which you're going to. So this is going to be y. And so this is, what happens with the negative? What do I have to do with the negative? I have to move it to make it positive, right? So this is going to be 1 over 27 to the 1/3. Now, do you know what 27 to the 1/3 is? Not. 3. So the cube root of 27 is 3. So y equals 1/3. So don't let it give you a headache, right? Don't. Just don't. The negative moves it to the bottom. And you can just type this in your calculator and it'll tell you 3. Just type in the 27 to the 1/3. All right, let's try another. Yes. Okay, almost. So what's different about this one? Is the log by itself? So I have to have the log by itself. 26. Was that difficult? No, it is not. Who said yes? So now I have one log, and to solve it, I have to do the circle thing. So I get oh yeah, 81. There you go. You are correct. It is 81. I was thinking 9 times 9 is what I was thinking. Thank you. So, number 10. What do I do first? All right, so if I subtract the 16, divide by 2, and then we have to do the circle, right? So you get 2 to the 7th equals x. What is 2 to the 7th? This is not hard.